Now it is time to finally pour the orange juice on top of this with all its frothiness. Wow. Gross. Happy birthday, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Cerealsly, where we take cereals seriously. My name is Alex, and one of my first jobs was in high school selling Coca-Colas up and down the aisles at Camp Randall, the Wisconsin Badger football stadium in Madison, Wisconsin. We had to carry these giant trays of 24 Coca-Colas in 32-ounce commemorative cups up and down the aisles the whole game, yelling, "Go, Kip! Go, Kip!" You had to yell it like that. It was a glorious job. One day, after selling out my tray, I stopped by the bathroom before grabbing my next refills. Ladies, you might not know this, but at some sports stadiums, instead of urinals, they just have these long troughs that men pee into that all lead to the same drain. Well, I pulled up to one of those troughs, I unzipped, and all of a sudden, a big, rowdy, smelly, bearded guy pushed his way between me and the guy next to me. It was awkward and annoying, but we did our business nonetheless. After he pushed his way back out, yelling and being disruptive all the way, only then did I realize that I had just peed next to Chris Farley. Our pee had even mingled in the trough, I'm sure of it. Now, this was 1996, only 1 year after the greatest comedy of all time was released, Tommy Boy, and 1 year before we lost Chris Farley way too soon. But still, if you've ever directly mixed your urine with a celebrity's urine, I'd love to hear about it down in the comments. Today on Cerealsly, we are celebrating a huge milestone. When I started Cerealsly, I made a commitment to try my best to run this channel for 52 straight weeks, a full year of original episodes once a week. Well, today marks the halfway point of this Cerealsly project because this is officially episode 26. We had one bonus Oreo episode, I think, a while back, but that doesn't count. So after today, we will be 50% done with the original Cerealsly goal. Now, the logical question that I've been asked many times is, what will happen after episode 52? Will it really be the end? Well, the answer is, I have no idea. Thankfully, my goals for this channel have been entirely based on my personal discipline to make something that I'm proud of, that I can share with people I love without any shame. So far, so good. None of my goals, though, for this run of 52 episodes have anything to do with success or numbers or views or money, thank goodness, too, because we have very little of any of those things. The truth about my life is that most of what I do isn't all that successful. I am generally regarded in most everything as a very strong medium, exceptionally okay at things. And I've grown to embrace, even love that. I really like doing Cerealsly, and I think it brings some happiness into the world. And actually, here at the middle mark, I want to take a moment and fill you in on the ultimate little secret about this channel. Cerealsly is not about cereal. It's about spending time together. It's about sharing folklore. It's about putting something new into the world that hadn't been there before. It's about wanting to inspire others, especially those more innately talented and creative, to have a fun idea and then follow through with it, bring it into being. In that regard, I am so happy for each and every episode that we accomplish together. Each one is helping me meet the goals for this channel because you're here and I'm here, and that's enough. So, here's to another 26. And I'm excited now to stop waxing poetic and actually show you the cereal that we have on tap today that's going to help us celebrate this midway mark together. Well, friends, here it is. This is one of the most special and rare cereals that I have in my collection. I have been saving this specifically for this landmark celebration episode, Tropicana Crunch cereal. Tropicana Crunch is a cereal unlike any other for several reasons. It was released as a promotional stunt in May of 2022, and it was billed as the first cereal designed to be eaten not with milk, but with orange juice. In fact, as the name implies, this was created by orange juice heavy hitter Tropicana themselves. They've been on a roll in the past few years with these clever and headline-grabbing promotional crossovers. You should look it up for yourself to see some of their other ideas. Tropicana promoted these as being aimed at the cereal curious. That's pretty cringy, but it's an apt description of Cerealsly for sure. But I've been thinking about something a lot. How can a orange juice company produce a granola-like cereal? Surely those are two completely different manufacturing processes that require completely different production equipment. So who really made this extremely limited run cereal? Well, I've been looking into it, and Tropicana is owned, at least in part, by PepsiCo. PepsiCo, in addition to their obvious beverage brands, also owns Quaker. Quaker makes cold cereals like Life and even Quisp. Remember Quisp? Oddly, on their main webpage, they do not list that they also make Cap'n Crunch. What a weird thing not to have listed on your main website. Still, in addition to those famous brands, Quaker also makes Quaker cereals like Quaker Oatmeal Squares and Quaker Granola. So there we have the solution. I am 99% sure that what we're eating when we try this Tropicana Crunch is a specially formulated granola straight from the experts at Quaker Oats. But remember, Tropicana Crunch is a marketing stunt. And a successful one. I stayed up and tried to buy this cereal the minute it was released, and I couldn't do it. It was gone in that surprise release in just a few minutes. Not great for avid fans like me, but great for headlines. Now, Tropicana knows what they're doing, but beneath all of that money-making desire, could they also have stumbled accidentally on a new cereal movement? What do you think? Would it be a good thing if they could break cereal free of its shackled, iron-bound connection to milk? Could this open the doors for other PepsiCo liquids even, like bubbly sparkling water or Lipton tea or even Gatorade to be poured onto cereal? Do they even make a skim orange juice that I can use today? Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. All right, everybody, I have my setup here ready to go. I've got my bowl, I've got my spoon. Today, I do not have skim milk. Instead, of course, I have orange juice. Now, I haven't bought orange juice in years and years, and when I do, I always buy like the great value, piece of junk, cheap kind. This is not that. Because this is Tropicana Crunch, I went for broke, and I bought Tropicana orange juice. Now, the first one I want to show you is Tropicana, what they call original, no pulp. In my opinion, this is the skim milk of orange juices. I think no pulp is for wimps, just like skim milk, and I received that as a critique myself. So I also got, for myself, since I'm only going to be able to try this for the first time once, the exact opposite. They call it Grove Stand. Lots of pulp. It's labeled from Tropicana. This is my style. I want chewy orange juice if I'm going to drink it. I want it hearty. I actually think that will pair very well with this, again, granola-like box of cereal. So, like I said, I have waited a very long time to do this. I am so excited. I only get to pop this open once in my life. Let's give Tropicana Crunch a try. Yes, yes, yes. Very good opening. I like that they did things right. Not a clear bag. Almost an opaque bag, because you can kind of see the shadow of the cereal inside. That's odd. That takes me a little bit away from my Quaker Oat manufacturing. No, but the opening of the bag sealed the deal for me. Those opened with exactly the smoothness that Quaker Oat cereals open with sometimes. I don't know if that's true. That bag was almost too good to be made by Quaker Oats. Well, I'm not going to live and die based on my prediction. Instead, I'm going to try to enjoy this cereal made for OJ. There's the Tropicana guy right on the box. Let's pour this in a bowl and see what it looks like. Well, I can tell you, it looks dull. It looks like they put zero thought into how they could wow people with the look. The only thing they're wowing people with is the gimmick and the box. They are not wowing people with any sort of, it's lumps of grain. I see oats for sure. Maybe even some nuts. That's good. A few things that look like sunflower seeds. Can that be the case? Let's see. What do they have here? Brown sugar, wheat flakes, crispy rice, coconut oil. Yeah. I do not see anything that would look like, no. Well, That must be crisp rice that I'm seeing, because on the box it does not say, oh, here's another, this piece is obviously baked together and then it must be tumbled in something for it to break apart. So that's fun to see, kind of a little clue about how they make it. I am going to start with the pulp free, because I think, even though it's for wimps, I think that must be what most people drink as their normal orange juice, which is why Tropicana can get away with calling it the original. So let's snap this thing open. Oh, what the heck? There's like a weird... See, this is how rarely I get Tropicana orange juice. Didn't even know it had that kind of weird sealant thing on top. All right, here we go. Let's pour. Do I shake it? I don't know if I should shake this or not. I don't want to get in trouble later and somebody say, you should have shaken it. So I'm shaking it, okay? Now it is time to finally pour the orange juice on top of this with all its frothiness. Wow. Gross. I think I consider myself a little bit of an adventurous eater, but as that went in, boy, is it runny. Oh, it looks yucky. This vibrant orange that they're showing on the box here is not what this lives up to when it comes to actually pouring it in the bowl. Those Rice Crisps are floating at the top. Other things are sinking to the bottom. It looks nasty. Now again, does it look any different than normal plain granola? Probably not. I would have said if you're gonna only do this once, make it a little bit flashier to look at. I don't want to waste much time though. I better eat this to see what it tastes like. I didn't even taste it dry. I should have done that. Well, let's taste it with the orange juice, which is what it was intended to be eaten as. Mmm! It is so good. Boy, I really like it. It tastes very much like totally regular granola. I know it said honey, that it has honey in it when I looked at the ingredients. You don't need it because the orange juice is so sweet. Yummy. This is fantastic. The orange juice looked horrible, but it is not bugging me at all now that I'm eating it. It tastes like it was designed for this, and it says it specifically was. I wonder how much thought that actually took. Are they just like, let's say it was specifically designed for it and just put regular granola in? Or were there some scientists in white coats standing around testing all these different versions to see which one people would be able to tolerate? I gotta tell you again, don't look at it, just eat it. It tastes great. Oops, I looked at it. You know what? This is so special. I'm finding myself taking longer breaks in between just to chew and just enjoy it, because of this special moment that we don't have rare cereals all the time on Cerealsly, and today we do. This is really nice. Thank you for watching and making this possible for me to have an excuse to eat this type of thing and enjoy it with you. Something that people have asked me to check while I'm doing this is if it changes the taste of the orange juice at all because it's in cereal. So I'm going to attempt just a spoonful. I'm not going to put it to my lips to drink it down like I would a bowl of milk. It looks the same, maybe a little cloudier now that it's been in the cereal, but let's try this, just the orange juice part. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't drink orange juice enough to know if it's any different. I suspect it's not. I suspect even orange juice connoisseurs would be like, yep, it kind of tasted the same as orange juice. Maybe it's a little sweeter, but not by much. What's most interesting to me is that they took two things and neither ruined the other thing. This orange juice is still perfectly fine. The cereal is still perfectly fine granola. Together, they work, and isn't that the best that anyone could have hoped for? Well, before I close this thing up, I do want to try it with the, I was going to say whole orange juice, that's not the case, but the high pulp orange juice. I'm just going to pour a much lower amount. Oh, I'm wasting it. This is a very special bowl of cereal. I don't have enough to waste. I want my kids to try it at home. Let me open up full pulp. Actually, I'm going to shake it. Ugh, I've still got the little white thing on it. Shake it up so I do get full pulp going on. Let's take this thing off. Let's try with full pulp. Ugh. That looked gross too, especially because it was going like plopping out because it has pulp in it. Oh wow, I thought the other kind looked bad. This looks way worse. This full pulp orange juice looks repulsive in here. But again, looking repulsive, cereals don't have to look great. all the time. They can look like this and still taste good. We just proved that 30 seconds ago with the skim orange juice. All right, let me try this. This makes absolutely no difference. Even if this was literally oranges ground up, there is so much granola-ness happening in the cereal that you cannot taste any pulp. So get whatever orange juice you like and give it a try. You will have the exact same experience either way. Well, what do we do about ratings? How do we rate this cereal? Tropicana Crunch is a massively successful gimmick. It is a wonderfully delicious cereal as far as granolas go. The orange juice definitely gave it a unique pop. Does this break it out into any liquid being able to be poured onto cereals? No, but that wasn't the point. The point was for Tropicana to get some headlines, which it did, and I'm proud of them. That's wonderful. I'd say if you can get your hands on this, you should try it. So what does that mean? 4? 4.5? I don't dare give it a 5 because it's such a unique thing, but definitely a positive experience. I'd say if you can, you gotta try this. Wow, that is such a fun conclusion to this part of the review. Hey, as I'm closing this thing up, I forgot that there's one more thing in here, which is a straw made from something. A straw made from orange pulp? It doesn't even say for some reason. Oh yeah, oh, it's just a paper sipping straw. You get a paper sipping straw. Boy, what a letdown. As I was pulling it out, I was like, oh, it looks like that special straw I saw advertised with it. It's just a paper straw. Oh no. Hey, I just gave this a 4, 4.5. Forget it. This stuff is much lower because who thinks it's a good idea to put a paper straw in there? Nobody likes paper straws. Yes, we want to save the earth. Isn't that sad that the earth is going down the tubes? But nobody likes it, so let's at least look at it. Well, it looks like one of those barber pole straws. When I get a paper straw at the movie theater, I'm like, can I have 6 of them? Because you put them into your big AMC soda that I buy, it gets soggy like within seconds. I don't know why they would do this to someone. I guess they're trying to be earth conscious and all that they want us to do is sip the orange juice. That seems grosser than when I was just eating the cereal with the orange juice. Let's give it a try. Tastes like orange juice. Good news. See, I'm going to throw this thing away. If it was a commemorative plasticky straw from Tropicana, I'd probably keep it. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate, we tried something that very few people in the whole wide world will ever get to try, and now it's enough. Remember, we gave this cereal, in all fairness, a 4 or 4.5. It is so fun. Such a great idea. I'm really glad we got to try it. If you want to try today's cereal for yourself, a surprising number are still available sealed in box on eBay. And listen, if you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.